low-key, this is exactly how it went in Russia, and then they fucking shot all the way into the bed.
It's coming home, bro. Don't do that. Because we don't have Croatia anymore. We have
Denmark. the player Denmark, who's playing for the one player and galvanizing and turning into Jesus Club.
To be 100% break their spirits.
To be 100% fair, they've played nothing but really bad clubs.
So has Denmark. So
no.
That's who he's talking about. That's who he's talking about.
Same with England.
No, you guys. No. What about Germany, bro?
You guys. Germany up. You guys beat Germany.
Slap Germany up, bro.
Like Denmark had to go. Denmark had to go through Russia, then Wales, and then the Czech Republic.
I don't know. To be fair, though, I don't know. Germany's like, yo, we slapped up Portugal playing Gnabry, but instead, let's start Werner.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think
taking the piss.
I think I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. Germany was, I think Low Jorgi Low has served his time and it's time for him to go. I don't know what they.
He's
I don't
turning
know
into Wenger, bro.
I don't know what they fielded. I don't know why Kimmich was arguably in the top 3 best center midfielder conversation. Let's throw him right back. Why? I don't know. Anyways, we'll get into this conversation later. First, let's do the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, people of planet Earth, welcome back. This is episode 51 of the podcast where we talk about things you didn't know you needed to know. All right?
Indeed.
This is Don't Think Too Hard, the podcast brought to you by Johnny, Andre, Patrick, and myself, Matchy. We hope everyone's having an amazing, amazing day. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, tell all your friends about us. And it's coming home. I think they do it. I genuinely think they do it. I don't think to. Here's the reason why I think they're doing it. Prior to this weekend, I thought the winner of Italy-Belgium is going to win the Euro Cup. I thought that both Italy and both Belgium played some of their better football, and I felt Belgium had the motivation in terms of I think the Belgium players they know this is it, right? Like I don't think.
Listen, guys.
This is the
Belgium
best team.
Played like they were on a trip to Walmart, bro.
This was their best team they were ever gonna field.
No.
Yeah, man. They don't have any. They don't have another team. They had their super strong young core, and then it's been 12 years since that was made. Yeah. And then it's all the same players, and they're all old now, bro.
And here's the thing, like, here's what I have a question for you guys and everyone else. KDB played in that Italy game with torn ligaments in his foot.
Stupid.
And I have a question. Are you telling me, no matter, like, I get KDB is top 3 player on the planet, but is KDB with a messed up foot better than a healthy Carrasco?
Doesn't matter, bro.
You guys really think so?
It doesn't matter. Based off that game, definitely not.
No, but like, because this is a huge discussion in hockey right now.
It's not. That's horrible coaching, bro. This guy played with torn ass ligaments just to go play like ass and lose the game, bro. So,
well, I mean, KDB didn't play that bad. I think Lukaku played much worse than KDB.
They both played bad, bro.
I mean, KDB created something at least. He had shots, but no. So this is a big discussion in hockey right now. Like you guys probably don't know, but the playoffs are on right now, and
I forgot about every other sport in the world.
There's this huge conversation where a lot of players in the NHL are playing through significant injuries, especially in the playoffs. It's because it's like lay it all on the line mentality. Like there's 2 examples. One, this kid called Braden Point. Last year, he played in the NHL playoffs with a broken hand. And then I think 4 years ago or 5 years ago, a player, Patrice Bergeron, played with a punctured lung in the playoffs. Now I'm sitting there, and this is not only me, but analysts out there are sitting there thinking, why are these players playing? Surely given the quality, like understandably, like when they're healthy, they should not be out of the lineup. But are you telling me that no matter how good a player is, with a broken hand, he's still better than a player that's maybe on the reserves, healthy, fully healthy?
Depends what you have.
I don't know. You can't sit there and
Depends
tell
what
me.
you have in there, bro.
No, but like
it's
this
more
is
than
what Johnny said is true. KDB is better than Carrasco in all forms, bro. If
But
KDB had to play on his hands, he's better than Carrasco.
But you think
what you're thinking is also morale, because if you're Belgium, KDB is your playmaker, and if you go into
I understand, but like everyone's sitting in that locker room knowing KDB's foot's torn up.
I know it could also be you could have the opposite effect though too. Remember when Ronaldo went down injured in Portugal, and then they're like, "Yo, we gotta win this for the top man." And then
look at Ericsson. Look what Denmark's doing.
Could have the opposite effect too.
Yeah, but exactly that's what I mean though. Belgium obviously don't have the same mindset as these other clubs. First, because almost everybody is a star at their club in their own right, whereas Portugal and Denmark, they're all role players. So they know that there's a role that they have to, and they have the role they have to play. And Ericsson left the star player, so they kind of have to just go above and beyond in what their job requirements are, and they don't mind that. But star players aren't going to do that, because star players are used to just, okay, this is what I have to do. This is what I'm good at. I don't have to like.
Yeah, but if they're all star players, shouldn't they have the mindset saying like, "Yo, KDB's out, like I can take over this team and make it done." Like, shouldn't Lukaku be like, "Yo, I've been nasty all tournament, I've been nasty all season. Like, this is easy. I don't need KDB to play, bro. I do what I gotta do."
Yeah, and he does it. He does it at Inter without KDB. So it's
he has Lautaro Martinez to help him.
He doesn't need legit service,
and he has Ericsson at Inter too. He has
Ericsson's no KDB.
Okay,
I know, but he has two players to make up for.
I understand, but Carrasco can make a pass forward, bro.
That's what I'm talking about.
Capable of at least doing that.
Like, are you telling me
he's gonna bend the laws of physics?
No, I understand. But will KDB bend the laws of physics with a torn up foot? Like, who knows? You can't sit there and tell me
one pass.
You can't sit there and tell me with good conscience that KDB with a torn up ankle, torn up foot, barely able to stand on it, is a more efficient player for his role in the game than maybe not Carrasco, because Carrasco didn't even get put Carrasco on for KDB, but move Carrasco to the wing and put in like a Thorgan Hazard.
No one can fill KDB's spot. He is the only player, if you think about it, he's the only true number 10 on the entire team, other than Hazard, and Hazard was also injured. No one else to fill his spot.
I don't know.
And if you take out that,
it's not about
position.
But it's not about like these are like you're thinking about it. These are professional athletes, man. These are professional football players.
It's mental game, bro. It's not about who has similar qualities. It's like, who's been in this. Who is that guy? KDB.
Okay. I will say this though. If KDB, say, one, if there's no like long lasting effects, if he's just going to go do whatever he needs to do, heal up and be ready in the same amount of time, then I guess at the end of the day, it's no loss. And if KDB doesn't play and then they lose, everyone's like, damn, maybe we should have pushed him. Maybe we should have pushed him. That's
not what he could have done.
Like, I mean, based on what they're saying and what he said, the detrimental effects weren't that bad. It's not like when who is it? Golden State was playing the Raptors, and then they rushed KD Durant back. You rushed KD back, and then he tore his friggin' ligament, and he was out for the whole next season. That, like, so it can happen like that, or it can happen like KDB, and he just like he wasn't 100%, but he still, again, like you said, he did a lot of the stuff that he was meant to do. And if you can get a player that can stand in one spot and still unlock the defense like KDB, it might be beneficial at the end of the game. You know what I mean?
You have a world-class player.
You just need one pass, bro. A guy like Lukaku at front, you need one.
And at the end of the day, you guys are right, because at the end of the day, had Belgium won, it would have been, KDB's a hero playing on a ligament.
It would have been another story of coming this week, bro, if he were to play again, though. That's another whole nother conversation.
Now, if you're Man City, are you pissed off he played? A little bit, right?
this guy plays
You
like
have to
3 games a
understand.
season anyway,
Yeah.
so like I mean, like they're used to it by now.
And it's not like Pep needs like Pep doesn't it doesn't depend on him as much as Belgium does because he has like
Pep,
Bernardo Silva.
yo, I know, but Pep
Foden.
depends on him like quite a bit. Like their
Yeah, I
Man
feel
City
like
looks completely different when he's not on.
That's
But
what
it's
I
not
said.
as it's not as
Like
I-
here, no.
I mean, they still win without him.
Yeah,
So I
that's
understand
what
you're
I think. That's where
saying.
Johnny's
Yeah,
coming.
but
It's like they win without KDB anyway.
like,
so.
they look different for sure, but they still get results.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys are absolutely right.
I don't think it's a good idea that he played. I just think the reason why is like say with 2018 Argentina when Messi was playing and they were just stacked with the attack. And let's say Messi got injured and he couldn't, like he was doubtful whether he could play.
Mhm.
You would still kind of want to see him at least amongst the subs or want to see him start.
Yeah, sub is different. Like
know.
if you have like 70, you're in the 70th minute and then you're
That's like-
game
that's
down
your
and then you
captain.
throw him on.
Yeah,
I
and then
understand, but he's
KDB's
injured.
just for
Think
morale,
of it,
you know?
think of it, Champions League final, Tottenham versus Liverpool.
Yeah.
Harry Kane just came back from a long-term injury, throw him right in the finals and say, yo, do what you've been doing. I'm like, I haven't played in like 4 months. Just
yeah, but
go.
that was different.
you know
Because
what
that's a long-term injury. Kevin De Bruyne is
I
like,
know.
you just hurt your foot. It
You know
can't
what
be
I
that
mean?
bad.
torn ligaments just hurt your foot.
Adrenaline's still flowing from a couple days ago. So go
But I'm
slap
just
some icy
saying
hot.
it happens so often that these
Yeah.
guys are just like they're not 100%. And then I guess they were thinking the same way. Like, yo, Kane, he just has to be there and he'll put the ball in net. But they
Also-
don't but he didn't understand that Tottenham has 2 players, okay? And then their whole team falls apart if
Yeah.
one of the 2 cannot play at their best.
Also, it could be that De Bruyne genuinely wanted to play.
That could be a thing.
I believe that too, but it's up to management and the friggin'
I agree.
coaching staff to say, sit your ass down.
I feel
Well,
exactly.
who's gonna
I
say
feel
that to De Bruyne?
no, but here's the thing,
the
dude. I
people
feel
whose
like
job it is to sit.
Roberto
I know,
Martinez, an Everton manager.
Henri
I-
should come
I-
over and smack him in the head.
I
back,
100%
Bro,
agree.
Henri
that
can't even manage Montreal Impact, bro.
Nothing-
What are you gonna tell
Bro,
Nothing-
look how nasty he made Lukaku though. Chill.
nothing
Watch,
drives
Lukaku's
me.
been nasty from the time. What are you talking about? This guy had one conversations like, yo, this guy imparted.
Look
his
how
brain
nasty
into
he
him.
made
Nothing-
Lukaku, bro.
Nothing drives me
Chill.
crazier than really injured players forcing their way to play. And I'm guilty of this myself. I ruined my ankle, knowing damn well I shouldn't be playing. I have people telling me I shouldn't have been playing, and guess what I did? I played the next game and I stood up even more. Like
It depends on what my performance is, bro. Sometimes I play on an injury and I'm like nasty that game and we win. And I'm like, yo, see, I made the right decision. Sometimes I try and play on an injury and I freaking can't even move properly, and then I'm just a detriment to the team. So it depends on what you can
I
do.
think-
you know
can
what
I
mean?
just say Harry Maguire is one of the funniest football players to watch.
We're talking about that guy later. That guy's an actual moving mobile fridge. But I think the problem with a lot of players is that, like what you guys say, is like you want to play because that's your bread
Yeah,
and
the
butter. of
competitive
life.
nature.
But then with like the pressure that they feel from their fans, there's 2 sides. It's either the understanding crowd, which you guys are, whereas if you're injured and you can't perform you're 100%, you should rest until you can. Then there's other fans who'll be like, so why is he here? This guy's making millions and there's one little nick and now he can't play. He has
Yeah,
a
but it's
foot
not-
problem.
It's not really.
Yo, just suck it up.
You know what
That's
I
the
mean?
thing,
I mean,
dude.
like if
Like,
it was like
I know, but
if it was
but
like a
fans will
broken
say
toe
that.
or something, which first of all is way worse in footy than people think. But if
Bro.
it was like a broken toe or
I've had a
something,
fractured toe.
Yeah, you
it's
can't-
way worse. It's
Bro.
way worse than people think it is. But I'm just saying, like if it's like a smaller injury than tearing ligaments in your ankle and your
Yeah,
foot,
we're talking
bro.
about ligament tearing,
No,
bro.
because there was one. I remember when Sterling first was coming out. I think he was on City at the time, or he was on the transition to City, but he was playing. He got called up to England.
Yeah,
and then he said, "Nah, I'm not gonna play. I'm too tired." Like he felt fatigued, and the tabloids ate this guy up. But a lot
but
of
England always does
ex-players,
that.
yeah, but a lot of ex-players were like, honestly, I wish I did that when I was a young player because I felt the pressure is like even if I'm tired, I have to play.
Yeah.
If I had taken the rest that I needed, I would have avoided a lot of injuries.
Look at Ronaldo now at 37 or however old this guy is. Do you think
Crazy
that
that he's
comes
that
from
old.
playing off? Does it Do you think that comes from playing in through injuries and playing on broken legs and ligaments?
Also,
no, bro. Take care of yourself.
Actually
but to be 100% fair, Ronaldo has actually been very lucky in his career considering injuries.
Yeah, him and Messi both.
That makes it interesting kind of segue. Do you think, because I've thought about this for so long and I never understood it until I got a little older, but with diving, I think when I look at defenders now, how they treat skillful players and how they go at them, like in like very sneaky ways, I think diving is a way for a player to prevent injuries. Because I see like with Neymar, I see like some highlights of games playing in Liga, and like his style is to hold the ball, draw players in, and whatever, so it attracts challenges. But the way some players go at this guy, it's like, okay, there's no wonder he gets injured so much. But then on the flip side, it's like if he in his mind knows the challenge is coming, he's gonna try to avoid it. So sometimes he'll dive. Even with Ronaldo, he still dives. And it's like these players know if I just like, it's not gonna be a crazy red card challenge. If I just step on his ankle a little bit, yellow card, but he can't play the same way again.
Yeah. Listen to this. Have you ever avoided a sliding tackle? Like you're running with the ball, someone slides in, you kick the ball over, and then you jump over their foot, right?
Yeah.
And then say you lose the ball or whatever, nothing happens. The only way that's a foul is you stand there and let this man's two cleats come into the side of your ankle.
And then your game's done.
Okay. So like I understand. I understand
like
that point. And remember Belgium, friggin' Lukaku running through. This guy took this man's whole shirt basically off his back. He didn't fall. The ref's like, must be fine.
Because I think but you know that's the thing. Like, I feel like diving, like people say, footy especially is one of the more
softer.
Yeah. So I want to say, I didn't want to say pussy sports because that's what people kind of call it, but soft. And I feel like the reason for that is it like very similar to like, I'm going to do like the NBA comparison because NBA players tend to flop a lot too. And the reason why they flop is, and the same reason this kind of translates, same reason to footy players, especially Neymar. Try getting the ball off Neymar without committing a foul. I dare you. That's not happening. And the only way they're going to get the ball off Neymar is if they take him out, where they kick his ankles, do whatever. And the reason why I think a player like Neymar flops is just so the referee can see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also, I think people who say like basketball and footy are soft sports don't understand basic biology, because if you as a human being have never got your toe stepped on or your finger jammed in a door, it's more painful to me than getting punched in the chest. I can recover. Give me like 2 minutes, I'll recover. If I get my toes stepped on with a metal cleat, or just you know that when you follow through with a shot and the guy tries to block it, studs up, and it just the top of your foot collides with the bottom of it. And you're in the follow through. You've stubbed in your life, people who are listening, if you've ever stubbed your toe, just imagine the game is a bunch of furniture and it's all trying to annihilate your pinky. And that is why players roll over 600,000 times, because the pain is.
And people don't understand. You're running full speed. One little feather touches your foot, you're gone, bro.
Like imagine Usain Bolt getting tackled. That's his life over, bro.
I remember one time, top of the box, I have the ball, bro. I go for a shoot. Vision goes black. Wake up, I'm in the net, bro. I'm like, how did I get here, bro?
And that's what it is. And for those of you who don't know, like, I feel like, especially with diving, I agree with Johnny. It's one to prevent injury, right? Because if you don't take, I feel like with diving,
you kind
of throw yourself away from the player, right? Away from the contact. Yeah. And another thing is, if you're a player like Neymar or you're a player like Lukaku, for example, Lukaku falls there, that's a foul. I guarantee you the ref didn't call that a foul. Why? Because he probably didn't fucking see the shirt pulling.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have a guy like, it's bad officiating. I'm not going to say that. That's a different story. I'm not talking about that. Point is that these players are getting chopped down, like ankles kicked, stepped on, knees to the back of the thighs. If these players don't fall, no one's seeing this stuff.
I will say maybe diving is not good because I think definition of diving is basically when you don't get to contact and you fall. Because I've seen some pretty egregious like dives.
Oh yeah.
That's a problem.
Like Vidal.
But I mean, like the embellish. I mean, the embellishing is okay. I mean, I understand why players embellish. Sometimes it's fucking ridiculous, and like you need to find the right balance. You need to find the right balance. But like,
did you guys see the Immobile thing?
No.
Where he so in the Belgium game. Here, hold on.
Bro. He went down.
Was he in the box when they scored?
Yeah, he was falling. He was falling, and then he got up and just ran to come up. Yeah, I can't see that actually. Yeah. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. But yeah, no. That's the thing. It's okay. Go.
The only other option I've seen where players they don't dive but make it obvious they were fouled is like when I've seen players like Dino. He'll be dribbling and they go through a crowd of players and literally just turn around and walk away and be like, and then you look at the replay and there's like 6 guys ripping off his clothes. It's like, okay, that's why he stopped playing.
Yeah. And I sent you guys the Immobile video if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, we saw.
It's hilarious. I'll if I'm allowed to put it up on the episode podcast, I'll put it up on the podcast. It's just funny. So the guy's rolling on the ground. And like he's in pain. The ball's in the net and he's still in pain. But then he hears the crowd roar. He gets up, brushes it off, and jogs to celebrate with
I've seen so many videos like that where players are diving and they're like, I seen like David Luiz smiling at the crowd.
Oh yeah, I remember
or the peekaboo.
Peekaboo. Yeah, that one.
That's been around too.
Yeah, I've seen. But honestly, sometimes it looks worse than it is because sometimes players will get Charlie horse and then they're on the floor like friggin' screaming and rolling around.
I think Andre froze. I think Andre froze.
But that's not fake, bro. Like, no, you can't hear me?
No, you cut off. You cut off for a second, so you could repeat that sentence.
God damn it. Anyways, so like when you get like Charlie horse in the friggin' thigh or some shit, bro, that feels like your leg's about to fall off. For like 30 seconds though, and then after which it's just gone. Then you can just get up.
Yeah. No, there was an incident, and it's this is back to the whole argument of footy players are soft. Did you guys watch the France-Switzerland where it was a corner kick and Pavard went to go defend or was it an offensive corner or a defensive corner? I don't know. Pavard jumped in the air and got up, and as he was coming down, he jumped way too early. It was probably the worst heading attempt I've ever seen in my life. But he jumped early, and he was on his way down. The opposing player, or might have been like Lloris catching the ball. I don't know. Yeah. Someone flew up, kneed him in the head, and you could see this guy knock out, falling on the ground.
Yeah,
bounces off the pitch. He doesn't move for 15 seconds. Gets up, they splash some water in his face after the hydration break.
Yeah, I remember saying that. I remember saying, yo, this guy's to come off concussion sub or whatever. And this guy just comes back on. I was like, oh, and it's like, dude, this happens in quote unquote the toughest sport in the world, NHL. He's in concussion protocol for 3 days.
Yeah,
you can't sit there and tell me one sport's softer than another. Like I just can't accept it.
But also, I don't know what people are complaining it to, because literally, other than football, American football and hockey, like what has more contact?
Also,
what team sport has more contact than footy does? And those two things are literally built around checking and tackling. So like, footy isn't that.
And another thing, like there's a substitute where in hockey, like given, like I love hockey, and this is not a shot at hockey. I'm just trying to like kind of have respect for every sport. Basketball is essentially suicides for an hour. That's what the sport is. It's suicides unless you're the best player. Football, you're fighting men that are 400
football
pounds.
Is like literally just to cause pain to people, bro. There's like no other point to the sport.
And hockey, sure, it's an exhausting sport. It takes insane amounts of skills to be literally flying out there on razor sharp blades with hitting a puck with a stick. Like that's tough. But none of the, like baseball, you need incredible hand-eye. I want you to run 15 kilometers. Go ahead.
And then someone steps on your toe on the 10th kilometer, and you still got to run 5.
Yeah, and then it's like, and it's not like a straight line jog. Like this is if you're
explosive sprints.
Exactly. And it's like, if you're one thing that I in my entire career of playing footy, like actual footy, one thing I will forever anticipate, like not anticipate, what's the word I'm looking for? Applaud, is those 50-50 battles where you have two players muscling for the ball and they're like fighting each other. I'm looking at that now and I'm like, whew, I remember that gassing me, bro.
Yeah,
I remember
those
that.
do gas you a lot,
bro.
Like
yo, imagine
basically grappling.
Yeah,
imagine being a fullback, bro. There's a corner on the team. You defend it, it's out. You sprint down the whole pitch. Some guy meets you. You meet the other defender in there, and you guys start muscling up. This guy pulls you down, fouls you, gets the ball. No foul called.
You gotta get your ass back.
I must sit there for a minute, bro. This guy,
scream, bro.
He shot me, bro. Yo, at that point, I don't care if he touched me or not. You shot. I'm not. And you know how pissed I would be, bro. After all that,
there were
so gassed.
And then there were coaches that would yell at you, "Get back, get back!"
Oh yeah, no mercy, bro.
Forget that. It's like
I remember.
It would be. I used to play fullback, right? So I would do exactly what Andre said. And like I would create a goal scoring chance and my striker would miss.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be a quick counter. And my coach is like, run back. I'm like, we have two CDMs, bro. One of them can cover for me. Okay. You see just
and then it's worse. It's worse when you put the cross in or you make the pass, the striker fucks it up and you just see him just like strolling back and then you're like, I did all that. Now I have to sprint back.
You win the ball, you join the counter attack, make a run in for the cross. The guy plays a dead ball, goes up for a goal kick, and you're just standing there.
Like, bro, really?
You made me run all this way for nothing. That's crazy.
Oh man, yeah, but
dude, story of my life. Oh, that was fun.
In the past, bro. Lucky for me, I can never do that anymore in my current fitness levels. I'll make one sprint.
I played footy today, and it was, dude. Johnny, man, I hope you've been running, dude. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I came today and I was like, so we did like a little kick around, right? And it was like first shots, and like I would miss the net, so I'd go for like a nice run, and I'd be like, okay, when I missed the net, I would be pissed, but I'm like, okay, time to get some exercise, and I'd go for a nice run, and it'd be like an hour went by, I'm like, yo, I feel pretty good. And then we played a mini 4-on-4.
That's the deception.
Oh, forget that. Oh,
we played a mini 4-on-4. It goes into playing.
God, no, can't do it.
You know what? One thing I forgot is how much of my little muscles in my body that I actually use. I'll play pickup, and my back, like an area in my back would hurt. I'm like, I don't remember ever feeling this pain.
Dude, that's right now, like right above the two butt cheeks. I sat down. I had to sit. Well, so before the podcast, right? I came back home and Andre said, "All right, can we delay the podcast?" So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go play some FIFA." Dude, I had to sit down on the couch. I'm like, "Oh, it's too hard. We gotta put a pillow under this."
Bro, I'll get random foot cramps.
Oh, like, dude, all the time.
Come on, I don't have any muscles in this foot, bro. Come on, why are you fooling me for?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. All I know is I'm well past my prime. 25, bro.
So one thing, can we continue the topic about the Euros? Because I think it's one of the only things to talk about right now, other than the ocean's on fire. But I think we can talk about
what about your
ocean's on fire?
Yeah, you didn't see it on Mexico, bro. The ocean's on fire.
Hold on.
No, but like when I say on fire, I don't mean there's a fire on the ocean. I mean like
why would you say that, bro?
I mean like the actual ocean, bro.
The ocean temperature is very high.
No.
Like, I mean like the ocean's been set ablaze.
Oh, there's an oil spill.
Yeah,
there's an oil spill and they're burning the oil.
Yeah, bro, it's been set ablaze, bro.
That looks so cool.
It looks like a movie, man.
I honestly, okay. This is gonna sound kind of crazy, okay? But just bear with me. Yeah. Hear me out. I like natural disasters.
Me too.
Because they look like when I saw the forest fires in California, I remember there was one video on Twitter before I deleted it. It was they were driving through, it was at nighttime, and this lady was screaming. So I just turned on the volume, and then the backdrop was just this glowing hillside of embers. And I was like, wow.
That is beautiful.
If I was escaping, I would probably have died because I'd be like, This is nice. This is nice, guys. Oh my goodness. Let's just stay here. That's some
Do
marshmallows.
you remember? Do you remember that massive? This was also designed. No, but it was that volcanic ash cloud in like 2000 and what 11, 10?
Oh, that's a long.
There was a live feed of it on YouTube at the time, and we watched it in grade 7. And I went home later that day to watch that live feed because it was so freaking satisfying.
Yeah.
The way it just engulfed the sky, and like it was like the sun was trying to beam through it, and you had like these beautiful shadows. And I was like, damn.
I watched the friggin' the volcanic eruption friggin' like 2 years ago, was it? Or was it
There's
last
a couple
year?
this year or last year.
It was last
too.
year. I think it was last year, beginning of last year.
Was it in Japan? The one in Japan?
Is that where it was? I don't even remember. I feel like it was Australia.
I think it was like Mount Fuji.
I feel like it was Australia for some reason, because I remember Australia was just getting destroyed. Like they had like a friggin' fire, then like a flood, and then an eruption, or like
and then a mouse infestation.
Yeah.
Yo,
the mouse. I remember.
Australia is the wildest place on earth, bro.
I don't remember exactly where the eruption was, but I do remember just watching the lava, just like you see it like slowly like go down the mountain, and then it like slowly turns into like crusty rock and shit.
Yeah,
and it's just like, oh,
seeing
people
those
are
things,
like, wow, people are screaming. And
or you guys ever watch those YouTube videos where it's like the lava forms like a hard shell over it, and those people in those like not those hazmat suits, but those like temperature controlling, and they just take the stick and they poke it, and then you just see it just opens up like a zit, and it's like, whoa, I love that.
Like seeing those things, I understand why there's such a thing as storm chasers. It's like, imagine just driving in to a thunderstorm, tornado, or like a hurricane. Just like think about it. Your life is in danger, but the 4K resolution you're capturing right now
with your eyes,
I can't believe they actually made reporters just stand in front of a tornado and get like blown off like this. Like, yeah, as you can see, there's a tornado behind me.
Y'all should stay inside. For some of those ones, they do these camera tricks. They'll go to a flooded area where a man, they're standing in a canoe, or they look like they're waist deep, and then a guy would walk behind them in flip-flops, and it's only shin deep. He just stared at the camera and I was like, bro,
hello?
This was about 60 inches. This is like, what are you talking about flood? It's ridiculous, bro.
Anything to get clicks.
Great to watch, bad for the people surrounding the area where it's happening. But
you guys ever watch a tsunami?
Like if you have that kind of life experience, like you can tell a story now. You can be like, I woke up in the middle of the night, thunderclap.
Yeah, that's great when you survive. But what about the person who woke up and then just dropped into lava?
Oh, well then they don't have a story to tell. That is
but their neighbors do.
Unfortunate. Yeah, everyone's traumatized by that. You will be missed dearly. That sucks. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm saying there was people in I was listening to a story about a guy who lives in the Bahamas, and he said he loved it because the people there, like, they're just so like disconnected from like material things, bro. Because like once a year they freaking lose everything, bro. In like a big ass hurricane, and then it's all gone, and then there's like, let's restart again, and then now they're just like so chill and accepted it, and it's like kind of nice at the same time, where like you're not really attached to prioritize the important things in life. Yeah, the people, the time spent with them, and all that, because that's what stays. The trees, hopefully, the birds and the bees.
Yeah,
that's one thing I've always wondered.
A lot of the birds and the bees.
Yeah, a lot. It's like, let's think about this. We need our population to thrive. Yeah,
because most of us are gonna die the next year, sir. Yeah, hurricane. So,
yeah. One thing I've always wondered about. Like, I guess tsunamis are probably tsunamis and earthquakes very
tsunamis are the most falsely depicted natural disasters, because you picture a tsunami and you think of this massive wave. It's never like that ever. Yeah, it's just it's like those tides that it's just a very far-reaching tide. Yeah, that's what it is, and it's just so like But I've always wondered, because a lot of people die from them, right? And in every case, everyone says, for an hour or two before the tsunami hit or the earthquake struck, I don't remember hearing any birds. I don't remember seeing any wildlife. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, so if I put two and two together,
educationally, if like you know how we have lockdown procedures and fire
Yeah.
drills.
Yeah.
Okay, in tsunami,
People should
threatened-
educate them.
it's like,
right?
hey guys,
I'm sure that
But
if you
I
go
will
here
say
first-
this. I will
if you
say
know-
this. If just like this wouldn't happen, obviously, but it's like say Lake Ontario just decided to have a tsunami in it, you
yeah.
can give 8 hours in advance. Okay, the amount of people trying to get out of Toronto at the same time,
Oh yeah,
wouldn't work.
it's over. It's over.
I have to already be gone. Okay,
That's
All
why.
I'm
That's
saying-
why. That's why I was always like every time I board a flight, and you know that moment when either you're getting on a flight or off a flight, and there's everyone standing up putting their luggage away, and it's like a clusterfuck and you literally can't move. And it's
Yeah.
like if there was a fire on board, everyone is dying. There's
Yeah.
no
This
way in hell
these
people
stories,
people can be sensible enough to calm themselves down and exit. It's just not happening.
but these stories are all about yo. I just stayed put. Like no one was trying to leave. They just saw it's like, huh, that's strange. I usually hear the birds chirp. I usually see a deer somewhere around here
But
eating.
can
but
you
they're just all
imagine
gone.
like can you imagine like knowing you're dead like hours before it happens? Like if you're like standing on the beach and then you just see the tide just go like miles out, and then you're just like, huh.
No, what you gotta do is you gotta
So this is it. My car's down at Spadina. I ain't making it.
you gotta find a boat or dig a huge tunnel. Get everybody to dig this huge tunnel in the sand, and that'll be a siphon, like a little bathtub. And then that will give you some time while everyone is doing that, right? Because everyone's focused, community effort. Everyone's working on building this
You
bathtub.
dipped.
You leave.
But it doesn't matter, bro. By the time the tide's out, you got like an hour. You're not getting out.
Yeah, bro. An hour, I can run like 10 kilometers under with all the adrenaline pumping.
Oh
I'll
no,
run
it
10
does.
kilometers.
Bro,
Stamina.
you
And then just
witnessed the
die.
tide. You witnessed the tide leave 10 kilometers in like 30 seconds, B.
Oh yeah, then I have an hour to run, right? That's what you said. 30
No.
seconds, and I have an hour and 30 seconds.
No, I
To
doubt
go
it. I
from
think
Brampton to Burlington. I
if
think
you
I
see
don't
that
know.
if
I
you-
honestly, I don't know exactly how long it takes. All I'm saying is once the tide is gone,
it's too late.
you're dead. That's what I'm telling
you
you.
just start hearing those alarms, bro. and you're
Unless
just
there's like
oh, no.
unless there's like a magic building and you learned how to Assassin's Creed climb a friggin' sky tower, bro.
Yeah,
Dude,
bro.
and even then, when the tsunami takes out the tower and then you fall with the tower into the tide, then I don't know. I don't.
You got to do your eagle vision. You got to do your leap of faith into the tide, and just as it hits,
and
to
then
soften
clap
the
by a
impact.
friggin' cement block as soon as you land in there. Because people don't understand. Like, yeah, people die from the rushing water because it's like a lot, but then also
The
you might
debris.
survive, and then a cement block just flies into your face.
Yeah.
And then,
Tutus,
Splat.
any water disaster, I'm just gonna have to tap out because a man like me can't tread water. And even
Yeah,
if
I'm
I
not
could-
good. Like I'm not a good swimmer. I'm a
doesn't
very
matter how
I
good
know,
you
but
could be
it just
Michael
makes
Phelps,
it
bro.
worse, bro. It just makes it worse. It's like if I was Michael Phelps, okay, maybe I have a
No,
slight
I
chance.
feel
Now,
if I'm Phelps, I have a chance.
No, I feel like it makes it better when you can't swim because when you're Michael Phelps, you think you're gonna try to survive, so you're gonna try and swim, and then you're just gonna watch yourself slowly fail and fall into
it's like,
despair.
oh, damn,
Whereas
this
me,
current is
as
mad
soon as the
strong.
water's at my ankle level, I'm like, oh, game over, and I can just let it happen. You know what I mean? That's what
You know
I'm
what?
saying.
You'll help it. You'll run into the tide.
I'm just, yeah, no.
No, but
Tsunamis
if
are
we're,
a
if
scary
we're, if
thing,
we're
bro.
being serious, what's the natural? Okay, you have to pick a natural disaster to die by. What do you think?
Thunderstrike. I want to be in the middle of a thunderstorm and get struck by lightning.
You think so? Is that a
I would
natural
never
disaster?
see it.
But is that a natural
If-
disaster?
If I guess it's a natural disaster if all the
If it's during a
lightning
hurricane,
hits things.
Yeah. Fair fun fact: if your hair starts going up during a thunderstorm, that means
You're about to get hit.
the connection has been made between.
yeah, well, I wouldn't
Zeus
be able
in
to
your
tell,
head.
so I wouldn't be able to tell. So,
Oh,
no, I'm
you
sure
would
and
tell
I
you'll
feel
feel
like
it.
at that point, what does it matter, bro? My hair is up; it's game. I'm gonna outrun. You want me to outrun lightning?
Yes, bro. You can dodge it.
What the hell's
Can you?
happening?
I don't know.
Friggin'
seriously. Yeah. Once your hair goes up,
you got to put an aluminum cap over your head to cut off the connection, and then the lightning is like, oh, conspiracy theorists.
Okay, let me just go to
the aluminum cap that I carry in my
superstore.
pocket that I bring around with me. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, bro. Oh no. You gotta bring an EMP detonator.
Oh,
and
I have
explode
a phone.
it.
What if I like threw my phone? Would it like get attracted?
Turn on your data and your GPS and then stream YouTube 8-hour clip of thunderstorms. Throw it as far as possible.
You have to ground yourself. Dig a hole in the ground and put your head in the ground.
But do you know what grounding yourself does?
If you're with somebody,
it makes the lightning go through you.
Yeah.
Into the ground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
which means the lightning disperses into the ground, but it still went through you first.
Yeah, you're dead.
It's better than being a dead end. You're just the current rather than the device. You know, you're the wire, you're the cable instead of the phone. So you're not getting charged.
You know what, man?
Is it, or are you fried either way?
I've heard of people
humans can't survive a fork in a socket, and you want to survive lightning.
No, I've heard of there's been people who have survived lightning strikes.
Yes, I understand.
There's a guy who won the lottery, got bankrupt, won the lottery again, and they got struck by lightning.
This all goes back to the experiment I want to conduct. Will people get superpowers after getting struck by lightning? Like the percentage of people who have enhanced brain connectivity.
I think you're just really lucky. If there's
see, that's the thing I never
does
understood.
It burn fat?
What? New fitness plan, bro.
Stand out there.
No, but this is the thing I never understand. People get struck by lightning and survive, and people are always like, "Yo, you're lucky. You're so lucky." I mean, I lived, I guess, but I also got struck by lightning. I feel like the chances of surviving a lightning strike are actually more than the chances of getting struck by lightning.
No,
you're calling me lucky, bro. I can't feel my body. But
like what happens to your nervous system?
I don't know. I feel at that point you're just numb, right? Like you have zero.
Because I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I also heard that it's not the voltage that's the issue, bro.
It's the current.
It's the currents. How fast it goes through your body, bro.
Yeah.
That fucks you up, man. Which is
the voltage is not the problem. Are you guys fucking?
No, because you can touch an electric eel that gives out like 600 volts. 600.
How much voltage is in a lightning bolt?
I don't know.
No idea. But
I just remember science class at one point. Someone told me like voltage isn't the issue. It's the current that.
Feel like they lied to you. I refuse to believe that.
I also
you're probably right, but I just refuse to believe it.
I think for voltage, there's a certain. I remember one of my professors was telling me the reason why he never wanted to become an electrician is because there's a certain frequency or certain voltage or threshold of voltage where if you touch the thing that carries the electricity, he calls it the murder voltage, where if it's lower, you'll touch it gets zapped and it'll hurt. And if it's higher, you'll touch it and you'll like get blown backwards. But if you touch it at this certain level, your whole body will
isn't it like contract? Doesn't it clamp like compress
and so like, you'll slowly die.
Yeah, and then you can't there was one story where the reason why electricians always have rubber against their like tools is to prevent that.
Yeah.
But this one time, buddy, I don't know, it was like a story that my grade 9 science teacher told me where his friend was in a coma because he was using tools without rubber. And
that's nuts.
He the thing clamped and like he was in a state of being electrocuted.
And you can't let go, bro.
For like a span of like I think it was like 40 seconds or something like that. Yeah. From the moment he started to the moment his friend realized, holy shit, and cut the power. It was like 45 to a minute.
And like, you can't touch them because you'll clamp onto them and get electrocuted.
And then it was like, I don't know, he was like in a coma or something like that for a few months.
Yeah. So man, he said you got to take a 2x4 and just sock the grip off of his hand, bro. I'm like, that's
like break the bones in his hand so he can't grip it anymore. That's
like take like a wooden beam and just deck him in his chest so hard that he flies off.
Oh, break his ribs.
Yeah. That's I break his ribs or I get electrocuted.
I mean, it's already
scary, bro. Yo, lightning is fucking scary, bro. All I know is I would never do electrician. Out of all the trades, electrician is the thing I do not touch. I get anxiety freaking turning my I freaking get anxiety turning off my breaker, bro. I'm like this. I'm like. I
don't even like changing light bulbs. I'm like screwing this all. Like I'm about to die changing light bulbs now, bro.
So right now I have this paranoia. Well, no, it's not right now. Like I've had it for a while. One of my neighbors' houses, they caught on fire because of electrical issues, like wiring issues.
Yeah.
And this is like internal wiring issues. This has nothing to do with what I'm paranoid about, but I do it anyways. Before I leave my house, anything that is plugged into the wall that is not the refrigerator or the oven, I unplug. Yeah.
Honestly, I'd be playing. I be leaving that shit plugged in, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
You can't do it,
dude.
I need
my TVs be plugged in, my PlayStations be plugged in.
I have paranoia. I have paranoia keeping.
You're telling me you plug out your PlayStation every single time it's in?
Yes.
You know what you gotta do?
House? Your computers?
My computer is currently not plugged in right now.
You should get a surge board or those you know, you can plug in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah. So it's one plug. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
your brother's plug.
I don't touch his. No. I don't touch his. I don't touch his.
Well, you're not safe. Sucks to suck. You're doing all that for no reason because your brother's shit's going up in flames.
Hey, listen. If it's his computer that's unplugged, that's not my fault. As long as our house doesn't catch on fire because of the toaster, I'm good.
Yo, you can't see it, or smell it, or hear it.
Apparently, you can smell
electricity.
The person who's been in contact with it,
because they're burning, bro. That's their flesh getting cooked, which is kind of weird,
up, bro. Nah, it's fucked up, bro. I don't like electricity at all, bro. I don't mess with that nonsense.
But it makes me wonder now, because you were talking about last week. If we could see more stuff on the light spectrum, like if you could see electricity, right? And then I just started thinking, like, imagine if you could see radioactive energy, electricity, and heat and whatever.
But I mean, you can technically see electricity. It just depends on which form. Like you can see lightning. You can see, like, you know, when people put the breaker box and then you get like the arc jump thing. Like
you can. If you have enough So when I have my blankets, so in the winter I have 2 blankets, right? If I flip, if in the middle of the night, if I flip my blankets, all you see is
it's pretty sick.
Of sparks. Yeah.
But what I was getting at is how paranoid would you be with the information that you have? Like if you know radiation in certain doses is lethal and electricity, high voltage areas is bad, and UV radiation, whatever it is, you know it's bad for you. And then you can see it. Like you can literally see it emanating off certain surfaces.
Oh, that'd be horrible.
You have to frequent that.
Your phone is giving off so much radioactive energy that it's like it's stupid. And we hold this shit like this.
Imagine being addicted to it and you're seeing poison. Like you're seeing,
and you just see it run off your arms and stuff. Oh my lord!
Like the Matrix.
I feel like if you develop that ability now, it would affect you.
Yeah.
But like if you were born with it, I feel like it would just like you'd be like, poison is poison. I mean, people eat McDonald's, know it's poison. People drink, know it's poison. People do drugs, know it's poison.
Imagine if you had all that and then you said, why don't I try LSD? And now you're literally seeing souls depart from Earth.
Yo, honestly, I just feel like if I could see like ghosts and shit, I feel like it'd be uncomfortable. Like, what if there's a man just like chilling behind me? He's just like chilling there like this, just like watching. I'd be like, yo, do you mind, bro?
Like, I don't know. Imagine you see a literal, like someone actually possessed, acting normally, speaking to you, but
but you can see the true form.
You can see the demon, just the darkness, and you're like, bro.
And you're just like,
you look like you're schizo.
Yeah.
Because you're like, yo, get away from me, you foul wretch.
Yeah.
And you're doing it. And you're doing this at the mall, and everyone's looking at you like, what an asshole. Yeah. And it's like, listen, if you knew.
I'd just be mad uncomfortable. Like, what if like you knew they couldn't affect you, but you could see them, so they were just.
Oh, it would drive me crazy. If I was taking a shit and if a ghost was there looking at me, I'd be pissed.
What if people who actually have these problems, like these disorders,
what
if they're the type of people that can see? Like more they have the ability to see that stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember
if that's if that's true, then I don't want it because everyone who has that ability doesn't
go crazy
very well,
right? Bro. So, that's why I can't. I'm not doing any expanding mind chemicals.
I still want to try mushrooms once.
You can tell me.
Tell me how it goes.
Curious. I'm generally curious about what happens.
Well, you and Pat were planning to do it for years, bro.
Yeah, and then I had this. I listened to Alex Jones on the Joe Rogan podcast, and this guy was talking about how him and his buddies in high school used to choke each other out at lunch.
To get like
just to get the DMT, whatever in your brain, and they would actually have drug trips.
Yeah.
But
that's what people do. Some people die. That's why people like they like tie ropes to like their door handles and stuff, and like do like choking and shit like that.
Yeah,
and I think that might be why it's so popular during sex too, bro. Like why people like it so much.
That's exactly why it's so popular over sex. During sex,
sick, but it's wild and it's scary. Yeah. But then.
But I feel like in sex, especially like I don't know, we're not a sex podcast, but I feel like we
can be.
Oh yeah, I'm down. So
I do not concur.
Johnny has church every. Well, I have church too. If you like have sex is between like two parties, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's controlled.
You know I don't know, man. Your brain is too wild to
well, you guys aren't choking each other out, you're choking them out, and when you know it's too much you let go.
But how do you know? Because they're tripping, they're the one experiencing it, so they won't even tell you. Anyways,
I have never choked anyone in my life and said
I don't even know what that emotion is. I don't even know what choking is, bro. All I know is that he was talking about how people, and it's not even like a one-off, people have given testimony of meeting this person or this being. I can't remember what it's called or what his name is, but people meet this owl, and this owl gives them like this crazy information, or like they have this weird epiphany and they come out changed as a person. And I'm like, I don't need to meet this guy.
I don't know, bro. Sometimes, bro, I'm so confused in life and shit that maybe I need that, maybe I need someone to just give me the
give you a nice choke.
If I have to alter my mind for somebody to speak with me, that is a issue. But
think of it in the case, like let's talk about anime, right?
Yeah.
Think about Dragon Ball Z. In order to learn how to fly, they have to meditate and become one with their ki, but they have to become aware of the ki, right? In order to use it. So if taking that as a concept, I'm not saying this is true, obviously, because a lot of people probably just use that because they want to get high and shit. But what I'm saying is, if that is true and there was something that can help you get there quicker or faster, like maybe you can do it without it. But let's just say like life hustle and bustle, or you don't have the time, or it's just like impossible to do it, or no one has found a way to be able to do it naturally. But then this comes in and then you can do that, and then now you can fly because you've become aware of this new thing, this new substance that is being currently clouded, that we're clouded from. And I'm getting like, it's how you see it. Like, do you want to be aware of it? Some people want to know what's happening all the time. They want to figure out the truth behind everything. Other people are content with whatever is currently happening. So it depends on what you want.
If you know what I mean? Understand that there's, or not understand, but what if you feel like there's certain things that human beings shouldn't be privy to, because if you're exposed to, like, there's only so much your brain can process, and then if you're exposed to something that your brain couldn't have processed prior to whatever you took, and then now you're stuck with the information, but you can't act on it because your brain doesn't have the capability, or your body doesn't have the capacity to deal with it. So now you're just stuck with this thing that you wouldn't have come across before, but now you don't know what to do with now.
But then again, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a consequence of
that's a crazy gamble, bro.
There's always a consequence to learning the truth. The more you know, it always comes with a consequence.
Only thing that leads to is depression if you learn the truth.
Well, I mean, like, think of it this way. Like, before, you'd only know the problems going around. Like, even when I was a kid, like, I didn't know shit about what was going on anywhere else. Like, if there was a guy, like one of my friends were sad, or like some shit was going on at their home or whatever, then maybe I would know that, and then that's it. it. Then you get internet comes in. Now I know everything, all the bad shit that's happening all the time. And then I have to contemplate, like, do I have to research this? What am I supposed to do about it? Is it my responsibility to fix it? Blah, blah, blah. And then you're just gaining all this knowledge. And most cases, it's not leading to anything better. Because I know, even if I was the best activist on the planet and had the most money, I cannot fix all of these problems. I would have to pick one or two and focus on that to get
not even one or two. I think just one.
Right. Like, so, if I like say I thought dogs were the most important things, I would have to like friggin' like put all my money into saving dogs and shit. But then everyone else who are like have all these other problems, then they can come to me and be like, oh, you only care about dogs, but you don't care about this, and you don't care about what's happening over here. And I was like, there's nothing, I cannot fix all the world's problems myself. You know what I mean? So then again, so like imagine you get this and there's like a whole nother dimension that's having its own issues. Now you but now you can interact with them. So now they're telling you like, yo, I have this problem and this problem and this problem. That's a whole other set of issues. But again, people want to know the truth. That's why conspiracy theorism is so like popping, because people know, like everyone I can see has like some sort of sense that we don't know everything that we can, right? Like there's stuff, there's like some secret stuff going on that the powers that be are not making us privy to. Like we all know this. Indeed. But and then conspiracy comes when they want to figure out what it is. So if there's a way to do that, a lot of people would take that. Would I don't know. Depends on where my life is at. Like if I have a family and I'm happy and things are going good, I don't need that. I don't need that problem. But maybe if I'm searching for like a purpose or whatever in my life, then.
But the problem comes when if you expose yourself to this realm, because you have to. They're not all. How do I say this? People lie in your day-to-day lives. People are deceitful and whatever. So if you expose yourself, you're in an altered state. So you're not even in your reasonable self anymore, because you are beyond what your brain can process. And now you're meeting this crazy thing that your brain couldn't conceive in a dream, but now you're seeing it. Like if an alien and then came down and then you saw this, the alien would be born. And then you see that and they tell you all these things, and it sounds very wise and compelling because they speak with a knowledge that is beyond what you've ever heard. But then they can still lie to you. They can still lie to you because they're smarter than what any human being. They're smarter.
That's very true. That is very true. And again, it's a risk you're gonna take. Again, but also knowing things don't necessarily mean you have to act upon them. You know what I mean? Like me personally, I get like antsy, like, but I've learned to deal with it. Like even growing up, something simple as like I play a video game that no one else plays or cares about or knows about, and like I just have nowhere to like share my thoughts or talk about stories or like and then you just learn to deal with it, and then that would be that on like a whole nother like scale. And then you can see like people close to you, or like maybe go on like Reddits and chat rooms and like spew. People may listen, people may not, and you have to decide whether they're speaking facts or not. Because a lot of people, especially when I was young, like teachers would try and tell me stuff that I know is bullshit. Like don't even try that nonsense, right? But again, if you're coming with people with a whole new knowledge, they can say friggin' a zeetmorph is the truth, and then like I don't like that doesn't even mean anything in my head. So like I'm more inclined to believe it, I guess. I was like, okay, I guess, but that doesn't mean anything to me. You know what I mean? Like I would leave the state and then I would be like, I guess I'd spend my life trying to figure out what a zeetmorph is. But
because I guess what I'm saying is that because there's a lot of studies that say people with anxiety, and I think people with anxiety and depression, if they use microdosing or mushrooms or any kind of psilocybins, they can treat it. The only thing is let's say like where you have these experiences. If you come back as a changed person, so obviously if his treatment, then something is altering inside you after you come down from whatever, and then these the themes or ideologies that you bring back contradict with either your original perception of life or reality itself. And now you don't know what to believe anymore, because the thing that helped you overcome your first problem has presented you with another problem that you don't like is even more insurmountable than the first.
Yeah, but why is that different than therapy and just like talk therapy? Like people get through breakthroughs all the time, and then they'll like make a complete mental switch once they figure out or overcome or like solve that one thing. It just opens up so much more, and now you're like at this next stage in your life. You're like, oh shit, now I have all this friggin' new shit I gotta deal with, right? So like, why is it? I understand that the altered state of mind coming from a substance, but you can also alter your state of mind, like through speech, through talk, through just learning shit.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
the difference is that you're consciously making the choice to do it. But if you're altering your state of mind, you're undergoing yourself to being susceptible to suggestions. So now is it, if you come back from that state, did you choose the changes that have come to you, or you opened up yourself to something to change you, rather than seeking out therapy and then listening to somebody giving you advice, or if you get multiple
but you're
opinions
opening
or whatever.
you're opening yourself up to accept the change consciously.
During the whole
right?
During the whole interaction, you can choose whether or not you accept the information. If you alter your mind,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
understand
know
that.
you don't know what's going to happen to you.
I do understand, but I will say microdosing isn't with the intention of changing your, like, altering your perception.
I have no idea what that's
microdosing is. Like, you take it in small bits. People use it to work and stuff, to like,
Was
it
it for
just
creativity
helps
and stuff?
focus. It helps your focus and creativity and stuff. It's not even like to be high or anything. It's like having CBD to
It's like
relax,
smoking.
but
It's like when rappers smoke weed before rapping.
I guess,
So
but like that, they would get high. But I mean, it's more
Yeah.
like CBD, I guess, because like it doesn't have the THC, but you still get like the relaxing effects of like the plant without getting high or anything, right? So it's more similar to that. But I do understand what you're saying about the whole. That I'm not like advocating for drugs in any sense. I'm just like doing this for the point of conversation.
I'm playing devil's advocate here.
So, but I'm just saying, like,
the thoughts and the opinions expressed on Don't Think Too Hard podcast do not reflect any of the members' views. Remember, if you're considering whether or not any of the members are conspiracy theorists, you're thinking too hard. Thank you.
Consult the doctor.
But yeah, there's so much. It's interesting. Maybe I'm hoping that one day when I die, I can there'll be someone there to show me like what's what, like what's true, what's not, and I learn to know. I'll be able to know, and then by then, like my brain is like, I'm dead, so hopefully I can handle stuff and I won't go into an afterlife depression. But
that'd be insane, an afterlife depression. Wow.
Yeah, but so I hope one day, not, I don't need the truth right now, but I just hope like one day, like
one day I hope I die
and I don't know, like I kind of want to know if I have like a demon or like a gremlin that just follows me everywhere around, and then like when I die, like he'd be like, see this little guy, he was just following you the
like
whole time.
everything like, bad that every single bad thought that happened into your mind, this guy was giving them to you.
Yeah, honestly, that would be kind of comforting, bro. I'd be like, yo, that's not even my fault. There's this thing. Like, what if it's something similar like that? Like, you have so much self-doubt and like hate, and then you can't even figure out why. Like, where is this coming from? Like, you say your life is great, but you're depressed, and like, you know how people, like, I know, like, chemically that's not how depression works, but like a lot of people are always like, my life's great, I have nothing to be depressed about. Like, what if there's just a little gremlin that fucks with your brain, and you learn that, and then you can just be like, oh, it's on my phone, man. Like, there's something else causing that. It's not even always about getting rid of it, bro. Sometimes it's just,
and then you probably have a good, you probably have a,
and you have
gremlin.
A problem. Right?
You have a good gremlin giving you all the positive shit. Then your thoughts.
Is an oxymoron, bro.
Oh well, see, a good gremlin.
A good gremlin.
But okay, say he's an elf. Okay,
I don't want no elf.
A fairy.
That's the DMT shit.
That one would be kind of depressing. Like, if that means none of my thoughts are my own, bro. Then what am I at that point? You know, like if all my thoughts are coming from
both situations are equally depressing. What?
Nah, man. If someone is giving me depressive thoughts, it means like, yo, I'm great, bro, and I ain't worry. It's not my
And then
fault.
what if
This
okay,
piece of
but
shit was
if
fucking
there's
with me,
someone
bro.
giving you depressing thoughts, you need to have something that it's yin yang. You gotta have something that gives you good
Nah,
thoughts.
man. It just means I am a positive dude. And this thing, it's like when you're nasty at sports, but someone's putting laxatives in your water. And then like, yo, I can't play when I have to shit all the time. And it's not fair that I always have to shit. So I think my life sucks. But if I find out someone else is doing it, at least then I can be like, it
What if
wasn't
it's
my
a
fault.
culmination? What if,
It
like,
could
you
be
know
that
how
too.
flies get
There's so
attracted
many.
to rotten food and then that
Yeah.
brings in more flies and larvae? So what if
Yeah.
like it's both?
So
Like,
I had bad thoughts and then it attracted this gremlin and then to
yeah,
make it worse. And stuff.
to
Yes,
enhance
that's
it.
also
Yeah.
possible. And that would be interesting to know too. I don't know what the answers are, bro. I'm talking about gremlins. Okay. I don't know anything. I'm just saying, like, it would just
There
be
was this
interesting to know.
hilarious. This reminds me of this hilarious robot chicken skit, and it was so Buddy passes away, right, and goes to heaven, and God says, "You could ask me any questions you have. Every question about life, I will give you the answer to." And he has all this possibility to ask the most deep, well thought of questions and stuff.
Yeah.
And he asks, how many Empire State Buildings can I fill with my poops? It's something ridiculous like that. And he's
That's
like,
nuts.
this is what you came here to ask? You had all these questions, and God was so disappointed in him, he sent him down to hell. And then the skit cuts, and Buddy's chilling in a hot tub cauldron with the devil, and he's like, damn, 3 Empire State Buildings, eh? It was something like that.
But like I understand, like once you're dead, like I guess the deep questions of life shouldn't really matter at that point, you know.
I mean,
like
I feel like maybe the deep questions of life, it'd be it'd be very depressing. I feel if you die and you're in your afterlife, and then you have the answers of what the meaning of life is and the deeper questions of life, then you look back at your life and realize, well, I didn't live my life to do this.
Yeah, sometimes
you know what I mean?
You feel
and it's
so,
like, what a waste.
Yeah, you feel,
Like
feel dumb,
and then you'll feel like you wasted your entire life, and it's like I feel that's more depressing. If me leading up to that moment was done incorrectly, for example, I don't want to know.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I would want to know, but like, given, like, say in his example that just like heaven is a thing, right?
Okay.
Then you technically couldn't feel depressed. You would just be like, oh, okay. And then you would just be like, you'd be content always, forever. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I think that's something that, I don't want to explain this. That's part of what drew me into Christianity, because it gave me a very blunt and plain understanding of what life meant and how
I agree.
How things are to go, not how you're supposed to.
Because
okay, so a lot of people get confused on what Christianity means for, like, if you're a Christian, and then they think that you have to be this otherworldly saint, and of course it's good to be a good person, but the most satisfying thing, or the most freeing thing that comes from the Gospels, is the actual gospel, where it's like, if you believe that you're washed in the blood of Christ, and then all the bad things you've done in your life, they're still there and you'll still remember them, but you won't be held accountable for them because you recognize that someone else died for it. So the bad things you've done in your life, okay, and the bad things that you will do in the future, all washed away. But now that you won't be held accountable for it, you can now go with your free mind and live better. So now that you have the security that you're not going to be punished, and then the freedom to go spread love in your life.
So, that's honestly true, man. Even think of footy, bro. Like, you learning how to do tricks and shit. If every time you did a step over, your coach friggin' reams you over and then like takes you off, you're never gonna want to do that, bro. But then if you have the freedom to learn and like try friggin' tricks and get better and stuff, then you'll use them more.
Even like with coaching, like I don't know. I think with the same with you guys, because we always talk about coaching, but now that I know like a little bit more than I used to, I want to just share all the stuff that I know. Like it just makes me,
because what's the point? I feel like that's where a huge thing, I think like I think that's where a lot of people get the desire to have children.
Yeah
is this
they just want to share
this fulfillment of, I learned this for 30 years of my life, I want to share it with somebody, you know. I don't want my passions, my thoughts, my feelings to die with no export. Even if it's just like, even if the child doesn't adopt it, as long as it knows, you know, can
tell somebody else what. It's like my dad always used to say this.
Exactly.
My mom always used to say this. So I don't believe it, but I can see why they taught me or whatever.
Yeah. Honestly, sometimes things just don't apply, bro. Like I can have something that like solved the life for me pretty much, and then I can go tell someone else. It's just not gonna. It doesn't apply to them, right? Like even if they did everything to the letter of what I said, they just they won't have the same result, and then that's okay.
Very important. Right? I think our job in life, it's not to convince anybody, because you can't change anybody's mind. Yeah, I think our job is this: if we have a set of principles that we believe, all we have to do is that we just have that. Is that this is it, and then. If someone has that, he's like, that's it. And you can respect each other for the differences that you have, but you're not trying to, I don't know, mold someone else into what you think they should be. It's just like, hey, this is my opinion. And I think that's where that would eliminate cancel culture. Because if you had somebody who has a differing opinion to you, and you just have the understanding that people are just going to have differing opinions, then he's like, hey, I don't agree with you, but I don't hate you for the opinion you have. So here's what I think.
Yeah. Unfortunately though,
like, I disagree.
In our current stage of human existence, that's never going to happen. Unfortunately.
The only thing that really needs to change is people's ability to deny opportunities to others based off that opinion. You know what I mean?
And that's the problem I think we have.
Yeah, I agree. Or we could all be Normans and just when we die, we're dead. That's it.
Whatever, man. Don't think too hard about it, bro.
Don't think too hard. We're talking about it way too hard. We'll wrap it up. Anyways, we didn't talk about the fridge Harry Maguire, and that's okay.
That's okay.
He is the fridge.
He's a fridge. His forehead's
big.
Next
week we'll have another inclusion.
And for those of you who are wondering, Jadon Sancho got transferred and automatically made the starting lineup and automatically became the poster boy of the England starting 11. I don't know how. I wonder why. It sure as hell doesn't have to do with the fact.
The difference between
low-key on cheese, bro, man. This guy just said
funniest thing.
Saka, bro, sit down now. I'm in the Premier League, so I'm better.
Sancho, you're in the Prem. Saka. The funniest thing I ever read was, I wonder if he doesn't know that Jude is in the Bundesliga. He probably thinks he still plays in Brighton.
Birmingham, bro.
Oh, Birmingham.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, he's that kid from the championship. I haven't gone to watch the game in so long.
Yeah. He probably forgot Jude was in the Bundesliga.
I'm trying to think, is England's whole like starting lineup from the Prem?
In the Prem, yes.
Trippier, except for when Trippier starts.
Oh yeah, except for Trippier. Yeah.
And then Anyways,
thank
you so much for watching. We'll be back same time, same place next week. Remember to tell all your friends about us. We hope you enjoyed our amazing conversation between Andre, Johnny, and myself, Mashi, from the Don't Think Too Hard podcast. We wish you guys an amazing week. Have fun, stay safe out there, and enjoy your summer. And hopefully we can enjoy it with you. Have a good day. Bye.